Test this really small gold ring and this nail right next to each other against the MXT All Pro with the 950 on it, and the Anfibio with the 9-inch concentric. Both of those are concentric coils, and the Deus with the 9-inch high frequency coil on it. And I'll go with the MXT first. And just turn it on here. Turn it up to 8. Coin and jewelry. Like half discrimination point, half of 1. So almost 0 discrimination, right? I'll put the nail down there first, right? Actually, I'll iron ID on, tone ID on. It's pulsing on the nail. I'll turn it up just 1 right there, discrimination 1. So the iron isn't so loud here. And I'll just put that gold ring down there, take that iron out. It's almost the same tone as the iron, right? So I don't think it's going to hit it. It's going to be, that ring is not going to be audible with this iron down there because it's just about the same tone, you know, it's about the same conductivity. So I'll put the ring down right there. Right there. Skip right over it. It sounds just like iron. They're just too close to conductivity, right? And I can put it in relic mode here. Same settings. Relic mode's hitting it, but it sounds, it's a really low tone, right? It's iron. It just says iron, right? So there's just no way to dial this machine in to hit it any better, you know. I'll show you what it sounds like in relic mode, that ring. It was hitting it, but it was just a low tone, and you can't adjust the audio on here. You're not able to adjust the audio, so targets alert you a lot better. So I'll try that Anfibio with the 9-inch concentric coil on it and see if I can hit it here. 3-tone, 89 gain. No need to ground balance here, right? Overloading on the nail already, right? Just too close to the surface there. I'll have to dial it back a little bit here. But it also, the recovery speed goes down as I'm dropping the gain down, so okay. It's hitting it a little bit. 20 kilohertz, you know. If I go down 5 kilohertz or 14, same as the MXT All Pro. Overloading. Just overloading on it. I'm not going to hit that one. Going to completely miss it, right? I can ground balance it here. Try to ground balance it here. Oh boy, 71 ground balance. It's hitting a little bit, but just not very good there. I'll show you what it sounds like. Beautiful tone without the iron in there, right? It wasn't falsing on it nearly as bad as the MXT All Pro, that iron nail, that nail there. A little bit of falsing, right? Actually, a lot of falsing. You know, that's what I have to deal with, the falsing. You know, that's all nails down there under the ground, right? But if this one was in cleaner ground, it would be smacked out by any machine, right? I'll drop it down to 5 kilohertz. It won't even hit it now. Watch. Nothing. Sure, I'll put it in 2-tone. See if it'll hit it here. Probably have to drop the gain down because it'll overload on that nail. Yeah, overload on the nail. I'll just drop the gain down right now. My recovery speed is also going down when I'm dropping the gain down. So, super loud. I'll take it out of there. Just falsing on the iron. Yeah, it's not gonna hit the ring in two-tone. No, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. See what the ring sounds like, right? The iron tone is so loud, I'm gonna drop the iron volume down actually a little bit. So it's a little bit more. See? It's just not hitting it. It's hitting it, but it's just the recovery speed is so slow because I have it down so low. If there's any iron on the surface, I would not hit with this Anfibio. It'd be impossible, right? It's just too hard to dial the machine in. Two-tone 20 kilohertz. Actually, two-tone 20 kilohertz might do it. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try two-tone 20 kilohertz on it. It might hit it a lot better. I forgot that I was in 5 kilohertz. So I'll go up to two-tone, drop my gain down, because it's gonna overload on that nail, right? It's almost overloading on that nail. Actually, I'm in 20 kilohertz right now. I'm in 20 kilohertz, yeah, 20 kilohertz. It's still just not a very evident target, right? It's hard to pinpoint it. I'll put it, I'll take that ring out. The Simplex does very well on this target here, especially in field mode. Anfibio is just quite a bit harder to dial in. And I'll turn the Deus on here. Smack it right out. I'll start out in the pitch program. Discriminated to, let's see here, 22. I'll take the ring out. Put it right in there. And I'm actually in 31 kilohertz right now, so. Discriminated to 22. So if I drop my discrimination down, it'll come out a lot better. So I'll just go down with my discrimination. 11. And I'll show you on just the nail, just the nail. A little teeny bit of falsing, but I can tell that it's a nail. I can tell that it's a nail a lot better in full tones. But I'll go over to 54 kilohertz frequency. You know, the iron tones went away, and I'm getting a lot better target response there. And I can even lift my recovery speed up. It's only at 2.5 right now, so that's usually what I keep it at. Now I'll go. I'll go down to 14 kilohertz. Probably won't even hit it. Nope. I was hitting it a little bit there, but the iron tones are so loud. It brings that iron out a lot more. And I didn't change anything but the frequency. That's how much frequency has a lot to do with getting these lower conductive targets out of the ground in iron. Now I'll go over to the full tones right here. Pretty much with the same settings I had before. I'm minus 6.4 discrimination. I'll show you. Bunch of grunts. Not gonna false on that nail. Not gonna give me high tones on that nail, right? So I'll go down to, this is full tones, deep program, 31 kilohertz. It just dropped the tones down. It just by changing the frequency, it dropped the tones down, and it raised the volume level up of the iron. The iron's coming out a lot heavier. Go down to 14 kilohertz. Not even hitting it. Just iron. Just sounds like iron, right? It brought that lower conductive target, which is that gold, right down into iron range. It just like melted those two together. You don't want the your targets to blend in with the iron. You want those targets to stand out, right? That's what the pitch tones does. It makes those targets stand out. You can discriminate, and you can change your frequencies to whatever you're wanting to get out of the ground. If you're going for higher conductive targets, even the higher kilohertz frequency still works for getting higher conductive targets out of the ground. Now I'll discriminate. In the full tones here, which I normally don't do. Once in a while I'll discriminate, and I'll go up to 54 kilohertz. And I'll discriminate up to like 22, or I'll discriminate up to 10. How about that? I'll get rid of the iron. I'll get rid of the iron tone there. I'll show you what that ring sounds like just alone. Now I'll put that iron in there. Not coming out very good, but it's still, I'm not getting any iron tones on that, right? The iron tones are just gone, right? I'm getting a little teeny bit of pulsing, but that's just chirping, you know? That's just, that's full tones. But there's definitely a target there, and I can pinpoint it all the way around, right? Can pinpoint it all the way around. And I wasn't surprised that the MXT would not hit that. And I wasn't surprised that the Anfibio was performing like that. It wasn't performing very well. I had to dial it in a lot. With the Deus, the targets really seem to stand out when you're adjusting your frequencies. You know, if you're going for lower conductive targets, you want a high frequency. If you're going for those higher conductive targets like silver or whatnot, you're gonna want a lower frequency or a mid frequency. The lower frequencies tend to get a lot of iron, you know, a lot of big iron, deep iron. And but if you're going for something big, you know, like horseshoes or whatnot, you know, the lower frequencies will really thrive. But with the Anfibio, the range of frequencies is just not that great, and it changed a little bit. You know, the target response changed a little bit with the frequency changes on the Anfibio, but with the Deus, it's dramatic how much of a frequency change. It changes the tones of your target. You don't have to change any other settings. All you do is just change the frequency. Well, there's a ring next to iron, MXT All Pro, Anfibio, and Deus. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.